Hey everybody, this is Tuesday, the 3rd of December, and this is sort of a midday review of the markets. So I'm putting this out because I run a traders group called Traders Ascent. It's a Discord room where members, kind of learn how to read the markets and learn how to trade, day trade, swing trade, etc., trade futures, trade options. And I wanted to kind of just put this out to give everybody a sense of where I think we are kind of from the market perspective, right? So typically, if a market is going to start failing, right, you start seeing in an up market something like this happen, right? You break the lows of the last couple of moves um, that gave you more highs, right? And this was something that you can typically see, like here. We saw this here on this pullback. All right. What I wanted to show everybody was where sort of we are in this kind of trend cycle, and the trend has been going on for a long time, but it's not without its pullbacks. So look where we are here. We made new highs. We made new highs. This was the prior high. What's something we often do at prior highs? We often move up toward the prior highs, and then you balance, and then you move. Now, sometimes and let's get rid of this past drawing. Sometimes what happens is you pull back to test the breakout spot. This is the breakout spot right here. And this was the move that initiated the breakout move right here. Now, oftentimes what happens is we get a retest of this area, and then we have a continuation to the upside. Now, don't know if that's going to happen. We are doing something called a bull flag right here, which is an up move followed by a sideways action. So you have the up move followed by sideways action. And then, this can continue to move higher, or we can continue to move sideways until it wants to figure out whether it wants to continue higher or it wants to have a reset. And by reset, I mean come back to this breakout area down here and then higher. Or we don't have to do this. We can actually pull back down into this and then use the breakout area as a resistance and come lower. All right. There's nobody that knows what's going to happen for sure. And if people try to tell you they do, this business is about putting on risk and managing your risk and doing the best job that you can to get, put a controlled amount of risk on a move that you use, everything that to what do you think the highest probability odds of something is going to happen. And for me, I am not short. We have a lot of positive news going on in the marketplace. We have a lot of good momentum. I mean, look at this move that we just had, right? We had this just move here and we're making new highs. Now, sometimes people think it's odd to buy new highs, but and you can see here when we broke out from this range right here, we broke out, we came back, we retested it, it held, and now we're continuing on. All right. So anyway, this is the S&P 500. I'd also like to pull up the QQQ, which is the NASDAQ ETF, and show you about that, because NASDAQ has been a little bit weaker. See how we're just now hitting the highs from back on Monday, the 11th of November. And what happens here is we are going sideways a bit, right? We caught the underneath side of this area that was consolidating, right? We caught the underneath side of it. We pulled back. We broke through that just to the top, right? This is the top of this area where we had this sort of range bound action. Here's the underside test of it, pull back, and then we came to the top side of it. Now we need to see what we're going to do here. Now this can do this until it figures it out. I tell you what, when we make this kind of move at previous highs, it's almost as if it's building up energy to have a decent move. And that move, in my opinion, has a decent shot of being to the upside. Doesn't have to be. We can reject and pull back, and then look at this area here that it could pull back and test, right? You see this area that was balanced before, right? But there's a lot of good news in the the stock market, the financial sector, business communities. They're optimistic. Obviously, Fed policy is going to dictate, future interest rate cuts, and that's the next one is coming up in December. We've got some data being released between now and then, and in fact, we've got some data being released this week, which will give us some better insight as to whether we're going to pause, whether Jerome Powell's going to pause, or whether the quarter point move cut is likely to happen. That's going to happen on Friday with the data that's released on Friday. So anyway, this is what I wanted to just show. I wanted to kind of give everybody kind of a perspective on this, and this is the type of information that I share with my team and my members in the room on a daily basis. We go through this type of information. I have a pre-market video that I put out. I give insights. I give levels that I think can hold. Areas where we might get a rejection, areas might be a good spot to take a trade, long or short, whether you're trading futures or whether you're trading options. But right now we are in this bull flag, and there's no guarantee on what's going to happen, up or down. But if we go down, we've got a long way, a bit of a drop coming, and we'll probably test this area. And then if that holds, then we can resume our path higher. But anyway, there's nothing that indicates that's a for sure thing going to happen. At any rate, I just wanted to share this with you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My account on Twitter, you can DM me, or you can come and look at the room and see if one of the options. I've got a low cost option that's sort of a basics level, and then I've got one that is our VIP, more of a mentorship trading room where I talk to everybody throughout the day, narrate the markets, talk about options and futures trades and ideas to get involved with. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.